You're listening to BGR Pop Gospel Radio.
Keep it locked right here, y'all. Bop Gospel Radio. And we are the sound of the community. Get ready for Rachel Raquel. She's our host today for On the Set. Song entitled Usher the Spirit. By the Bop Gospel DJ.
My joy, my heart, my peace, my world, my hope, my light, my love, my Lord, my Redeemer, there for me. In Jesus Christ I be. I'ma live my life holy, and Lord, I give you praise.
God bless every ear that hears and receives the sound of the community. Bop Gospel DJs. This portion of the show is sponsored by Bedloo. Let the world help you decide. Download the app today. That's Bedloo. BEDLOO.
You're my everything.
More new music.
Yes, you are.
Gospel DJs. And if you like what you're hearing, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are the sound of the community. Right about now, it's time for On the Set.
I am Rachel Raquel. Welcome you to On the Set. Today we have a very special guest, music producer, movie and international reality show director, as well as video game producer and investor. Thank you for coming on the set. Man of God, can you introduce yourself?
Thank you very much, Rachel, for having me. My name is Damien Matthias.
Hi Damien, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from?
This is E-Love from St. Albans, Queens, producer of LL Cool J, Tupac, Public Enemy, discovered John Forte, made some of Pac's biggest songs, directed Gangsta Party. Now I'm shooting a reality show in Tokyo called The Hollywood Dream. It's about people trying to accomplish their goals in the business, music, sports, and entertainment as a whole.
How has this business influenced you?
Well, I started off in business when there was no internet. I love the business. Business has been great to me. It actually put me in the position where I could actually travel, accomplish my goals as far as making hit songs, being on the world tours, playing for the president. What more can you ask for? I love the business as a whole.
What is your biggest accomplishment?
My biggest accomplishment? Well, let's see. Sold a lot of records, got my record deal, but actually my biggest accomplishment is the work that I'm doing with an attorney called L. Wallace Pate, helping the foster care kids out. I do a lot of charity work for a lot of different child organizations around the country. That to me is bigger than anything else.
What advice would you have for the young kids in the community?
Well, if you don't have discipline, you definitely won't be successful. It definitely makes you disciplined. It's a totally different type of discipline than doing your homework the next day. As a student, you have to be prepared in every step, or you're gonna fail. I don't care how talented you are. If there's no discipline, there's no success.
What do you respect most about the business?
I respect the fact that you're not watched every 2 seconds. The label give you a deal, and they give you the budget, and it's up to you and that producer to go in the studio, turn out some hit songs, and not just songs, some hit songs, some #1 chart stoppers. Because if you don't have the #1 chart stoppers, you're just going to be another artist, and you're going to wind up being dropped, and failure will be knocking on the door real fast. So you got to get your hustle on and be prepared constantly. It makes you definitely a man or a failure.
What inspires you to keep going?
I'm inspired by numerous things. People around me. I'm mostly inspired by my family and myself. I know the level of success that I want to achieve, and I always want to bring my 100%. If I don't bring 100% to the table, I don't feel good about that. So I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my work and my being. I have to give it my all. I don't feel good We're not leaving the studio unless it's 100%. End of story.
Okay, we're going to take a break right here, and we'll be back with more Damien E. Love Matthias.
Right about now, you're tuned to the
The BopGospel DJ.
All right, Bedlu.com. Here's live at Extra. Check it out.
All right, time to hook up our extra friends, and you are gonna like this one. We are giving away Android tablets from the founders of Bedlu, and here to tell us all about it, Chief Brand Officer for Bedlu.com, Darren. What's going on, man?
Bedlu is a two-choice voting platform where you can compare any two photos, videos, pieces of music side by side, and everyone on your social media stream votes immediately. So you going out on a hot date, Mario, you say, which shirt should I wear, this one or that one? All of your fans vote immediately. We have over 2 million voters around the world.
Very cool. Next hot date I have, I'm definitely gonna hook that up. For your chance to win a service computer, go to extratv.com and enter the secret word Thursday. Meanwhile, who wants some Bedlu?
Listening to BGR Pop Gospel Radio.
Thank you, and we thank you again for joining us right here on the set. Today's guests, we have Damien E. Love Matthias and your host, Rachel Raquel.
Who are some of the people in the business who inspired you?
It's a long list. Grandmaster Flash, Melly Mel. I used to look at a guy like back in the days, Don Cornelius. He was actually one of the first guys on TV that was a dark-skinned dude with a fro back in the days. I'm like, wow, Don Cornelius is actually living his dream. Because I read about him, and after reading about him, I was like, wow, if he can get it done, so can I. And I was driven by that. And I always liked Muhammad Ali, and something about Muhammad Ali always stuck with me. And those are some of the people that inspired me.
Mr. Damien E. Love Matthias, do you have any favorite quotes by Muhammad Ali?
Not off the top of the dome, but I read his book like 3-4 times. I can't remember at the moment, but you should definitely go grab his book. His autobiography is off the chain, though. Definitely.
What inspired you to get into the music industry?
I got my first deal, 85. Whew, seriously, I put my time in. I've been around the block for a minute. It's been a great ride, and I'm still about to do more. I'm still hungry.
Did the hospitalization encourage you?
I had an accident. I was in the hospital for a while, and after I left the hospital, I said, you know what? I need to take a breather on the music scene. Let me go back to school, because I've always wanted to be a director. And I started studying, and I said, I'm going to apply to the school. It's a very prestigious school. It's called ACT in San Francisco. I got accepted on my second try, and after that, I started directing a lot of music videos, a lot of commercials for Levi, Gateway, BCBG, to name a few. Then I started doing the marketing campaigns. So coming out of the hospital, that's what really inspired me to move into a different direction. I was shot a couple of times back in Queens. It was about 89. I got shot about 6 times going to a club in Queens. We were supposed to go to the studio that night, but we called the studio off because we were in there literally 6 nights straight. So went to the club in Queens, wrong place, wrong time. Some guys tried to rob me. There's 3 guys at gunpoint. Next thing you know, I'm in the hospital. I've always wanted to direct, write, and produce, and do marketing for Fortune 500 companies. I was eventually going to go into that direction. Maybe it actually encouraged me to get there a little bit sooner than I planned. I would definitely say that, but I was definitely in that direction. I was definitely going to head into that direction at some point in time.
Do you have any upcoming ventures?
We have a show called Hollywood Dream. Me and my partner Rika Morinaka. Rika Morinaka is a composer for Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's one of the top video games on the planet. They sold about 40 million copies. It's distributed by a company named Konami. It's a publicly traded company in Japan. We have a show that's in production right now where the reality show is going to follow us on a Comic-Con-like tour where we hit 7 cities in America. It's a bunch of Q&As about how the video game get started, exactly how you put together a platform to do a game, and we're going to show the behind the scenes of the game from the standpoint of owning the company to being a fan.
How long have you lived in LA?
I've been in LA for about 15 years. I lived in the Bay Area for about 3 years. I stayed in Marin County when I was going to ACT. After that, came down to LA. Then I started shooting a lot of commercials. But I was traveling. I was in Australia shooting a pilot for 7 months. I was in Australia and England, did 2 commercials. So I've traveled constantly, but in LA, about 15 years.
Do you like living in LA?
Yes, I mean, LA's the best weather, no ifs, ands, and buts about it around the country. It's definitely one of the cleaner, more interesting cities. You have your focal points of what you want to do, and for what I'm doing right now, LA is definitely the place to be for me, no doubt. LA and Tokyo.
If you had to encourage the youth, what would you say?
Learn as much technology as possible, focus on what you really want to do, and just get it done. No time for all the idiotic nonsense, getting arrested, and just stay out the way of police. You know they're not your friends, so just stay away. I mean, it's real simple. Stay out of their way and focus on what you need to do to make your life what it should be, and you'll be straight in the story.
What is the biggest thing you have done for the community?
I've actually supplied the kids with all the school books for summer school, going back to school, taking 300-400 kids shopping back to school, the clothes, books, everything from shoes to calculators, computers. I've donated a lot of money to the Kids Foundation. I went and actually taught kids how to make a movie in the course of a summer. Me and my partner at that time, Nima Barnett, was the first black female to direct a sitcom. She was a director for The Cosby Show. Me and Nima did a program at USC where Bill actually funded the program, and it showed, and we taught kids how to make a movie in 3 weeks and edited it as well. So that was a really interesting program, and some of the kids actually went on to become real directors and real producers.
Tell us something about you as a kid.
When I was coming up as a kid, I was on this show. It was a weekly show back in the days. It was called Wonderama. It was a live show that aired every Sunday. They had 6 to 10 million people that watched it every Sunday. They had guests like the Jackson 5, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Jim Henson, to name a few. Jerry Lee Lewis was on there. It was a very popular show for kids. So my neighbors, it was a 7-year waiting list to get tickets to be on that show, right? So my neighbors just have to be producers of this show. So I said, yo, can I get some tickets? She said, yeah, I got you for that, no problem. They gave us 3 tickets. Me and my 2 sisters went. And I have 5 sisters and 2 brothers, but only 3 of us went. So we on the show, they said, somebody better win something. I'm raising my hand. Bob McAllister, he was the host of the show. He finally picks me. I walk up and he said, let me ask you a question. I like your shirt. What was the name of the bird on Sesame Street? I said, Big Bird. I don't watch TV, but the audience was yelling Big Bird to me, right? So I said, Big Bird. He said, great, you won. Pick anything over there that you like. There was a bike, and at that time, there was only 2 bikes in my household, and it was 8 people sharing that bike. So my sister was like, get the bike, get the bike. I'm like, no, I'm going to take the Magic Hat, because I used to love magic when I was a kid. So I picked the Magic Hat, and when I got home, all the way home, they kept telling me how dumb I was, how stupid I was. You should have taken the bike. I'm like, hold on. I'm not here for a history lesson. I'm the only one that won something, so you're the dummy, not me, right? So, long story short, the next day was Monday. I go to school now. Every kid was like, yo, I saw you on TV yesterday. Really? Oh, okay. My teacher even saw me on TV, and she said, hey, you know what? I was telling my sons and my daughters that was my student. They was like, yeah, Ma, you don't know him. Oh, that's my student. So from that moment, I forgot my homework. And she's like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm like, wow, okay, that's the power of media. I want to be a part of that. So that little 15 minutes of fame for that week, I was the big dude in that school because that show did not air again until next Sunday. So for that 5 days, I can do no wrong. So at that point, from that point on, I said, okay, I know this is where I need to be at. When I jumped into the industry, I started off as the hype man for LL Cool J. I was producing, but back when we were teenagers, we didn't know what producing was. We just knew we had to come up with music. And I was always, I had a ton of music in my garage because I was, at some point in time, we had a situation. I kept saving my money. I kept adding to my turntables and my techniques and my Vegas speakers and the whole nine. So I was always playing 2-3 instruments in the garage, putting songs together. And I always try to focus on expanding what I do. I would come up with music today and I would try to rap. I wasn't really nice on the mic, but I had like one feature on the back of the single called I'm Bad. On the B-side was a song called Get Down. You'll hear me. I dropped one verse in that, and I used to always be really good at coming up with the theme for the song and the name of the song. That was producing, and that's how I started off as the hype man producer for LL Cool J, and everything else after that rolled.
What was your first record deal?
Our first deal was for a song called I Need a Beat. That was the single that led to my radio, and after that the floodgates opened. But the first deal was I Need a Beat. It was a single deal with Dangerous on the Dangerous was the B-side single. I Need a Beat was the A side. We toured off those two songs right there. We were opening up for everybody from Kurt to Dougie to Houdini to Run. Those was the days where you were able to actually open up with a single. With two songs and a freestyle, you could open up at that point and create a buzz for yourself and create a name for yourself. I'm talking before the internet, before videos. You didn't even have a video. Your video at that time was Soul Train and Bandstand in the story. Originality, I think, is the key. There's a lot of artists out there. There's so much talent out there. Talent's on every bus stop, literally. And a lot of these artists, they tend to try to sound like somebody that's on the radio. That's your biggest mistake. We don't need another Lil Wayne. We don't need another T.I. We don't need another Snoop. We got that already. We need something different. The different persons bringing a different feel, a different flow. That's what we need. More original, not more Lil Wayne's and T.I. We already have that. We need something different. You have to set the stage for yourself. That's why I kind of like back in the days a little bit better, because every artist back in the days, they were actually original. You had Run DMC, who had their own sound and their own look. LL had his own sound and his own look. Fat Boys, Curtis Blow, each artist had their own sound and look. Whereas now, everybody's looking the same and sounding the same. Right now, my main focus is on TV, on the Hollywood Dream. We're going to blast that out because we're going to be in 7-8 cities in America, moving around, where we're shooting an episode in each city, where there's going to be Q&A on the gaming world. We're going to hear from Rika. We're going to hear from different gamers. We're going to hear from different programmers. We're going to hear from different game companies. We're going to hear from the fans what they would like to see. And then we're going to see some young up-and-coming artists go in the studio with us. I'm going to produce some untapped talent, and we'll see if that person have what it takes to become a household name. If their Hollywood dream can really happen, or it might be a Hollywood nightmare. Who knows? Because everybody's not going to be a winner. That's for sure.
If our listeners wanted to contact you, how would they do so?
I'm going to give you the emails first. D as in Damien, Matthias, M-A-2-T's-H-I-A-S 411 at Gmail. That's one email. eLove, ELOVE, Matthias, MA2TsHIAS.com, eLoveMatthias.com. That's pretty much it.
Thank you, Damien, eLove Matthias, as you are truly blessed. This has been On the Set with Rachel Raquel.
We thank you, Rachel Raquel, and our guest for this episode, Damien eLove Matthias. And this concludes this 3-part episode of On the Set.
Yes, this is eLove. You're listening to BGR, Bop Gospel Radio, BGR.
Brand new music right here, the sound of the community, eLove. We thank you for coming out and much love to you. God bless you, my brother. We are the Bop Gospel DJs, and this is Bop Gospel Radio, the sound of the community.
Praise him, up in here, help me praise him, up in here, say praise him, up in here, help me praise him, up in here.
And if you believe that the Lord is worthy of all the praise and all the glory, put your hands together